research, and then we have discussed about the 6 different stages of the marketing research. What are the 6 different stages? Like first, it's all about the defined problem, and from that problem you will define your objective. Second step we discussed, it's all about the literature review. The third step we discussed, it's all about the research methodology or the research design. Fourth step is all about the data collection. And the fifth step is all about the data analysis and interpretation. And sixth step is report making, report preparation, and report presentation. So these are the 6 different stages in which we have already discussed step number 1. We have already discussed step 2. Now we were discussing about this research methodology or the research design, in which I guess we have discussed about this primary data, concept of primary and secondary data. Is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So there are different things basically that comes in research methodology. I said it will acting as a blueprint, or it will just provide you the idea or the steps, like how will you proceed, what next, like you know your variable, you know your research problem, you know your objective. Ab sab kuch you know, then how will you proceed, what will be your steps. So basically all these things are discussed in research methodology. uh, we have discussed about this data, and we have also discussed about the questionnaire, like how will you make questionnaire, what type of question should be there, whether it should be the open ended or. So it's basically the researcher's choice. Researcher will decide in research methodology, like in the third step, the researcher will decide whether he or she will collect data that would be open ended in nature or that would be closed ended in nature, whether the researcher is performing the exploratory study. Then obviously if your research is totally exploratory based, then definitely you will require the qualitative data, and in qualitative data you will require the open-ended question. But if your research is purely descriptive in nature, then in that case you have to use the closed-ended question options and all. So the third thing that comes under this research methodology or the research design is all about the sample, or basically there are different sampling procedures. Sampling is basically how will you choose your sample from the population. Population is basically the group of individuals having some characteristic of your interest. Suppose I want to conduct or I want to collect some data. Those who are shopaholics. Then in that case, all the consumers in the Odisha or all the consumers in India who are shopaholics will be my population, and from that population I'll select some sample. Or suppose my study is based on about all the consumers who are very tech savvy consumers. So basically that tech savvy consumers will act as the population for me, and I will collect some sample from that population. So sampling is not just like कि आपका ये population है and आपने उसमें से 3, 4, 5 you will choose. There are different procedures. The researchers have to follow the different techniques, and these techniques are generally classified as probability samples and the non-probability samples. Do you have any idea about what is probability and non-probability? Any idea? Have you ever read about these two techniques in your class 12th, 10th class? Sorry?
Ma'am.
No,
Yes.
ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, probability. See, ma'am, like, for a particular situation, what is the chance of a particular situation occurring?
Okay.
Like,
That is
that.
basically the
I'm not
definition
getting
of.
the exact
Okay.
word.
Okay. That chance of occurrence. So basically, this you are giving the definition of probability. I am talking about probability sampling and the non-probability sampling. So let me explain. When a researcher is using different types of statistical tools, or if researcher is following different statistical techniques, then that sampling is known as probability sampling. When researcher is not using any kind of statistical techniques. It's simply based on the researcher's judgment. It's simply based on the researcher's convenience. It's simply based on the researcher's behavior. On that basis, researcher will select some sample. Then that would be known as non-probability sample. Non-probability in the sense, suppose I want to take, and basically non-probability sample, there will be the researcher biasness. If I say, suppose I want to take some sample from your class. So your class strength is, let's say, 65, and out of 65, I need 30 students. So if I am using the non-probability sample, then what I'll do, means जिन students से मेरा interaction ज़्यादा है, I'll take them. Means I'll use my judgment. I will use my the convenience कि हाँ easily these students are available, और ये 30 student हैं जो कि they are very active in the classroom. So I'll take all these things, all the 30 students, or I'll assign. I'll tell the Rishikesh Bag to please take, or just give me the list of 30 students who can work actively. So that would be, here I am not using any kind of statistical tool, or I am not using any statistical technique. I'm not using any probability. So that is then this sampling method is known as non-probability sampling. If someone asks you what do you understand by non-probability sampling, then you will simply say it is totally about the researcher, the sampling, the type of sampling method in which it's totally based on researcher's judgment, it's totally based on the researcher's convenience, then it is a non-probability sampling. But if researcher is using any kind of statistical tools and techniques, then that sampling technique is known as the probability sampling. Now we will discuss what are the different statistical tools and techniques. And generally, usually in probability sampling, there is a equal chance of occurrence of, or equal chances of selection of each element in the population. Just like if I am using this non-probability sampling, then there is no any equal chances. Let's say I'll select Savan, I'll select Dipasha, I'll select Ananya, I'll select Aisha, I'll select Rishikesh Bag. So these are the different students जिनसे मेरा interaction है, और I don't know them personally, but yes, these are the most active student in the classroom. So I'll take all these 15 or 30, whatever number I will require. But in case of, so I am little biased because I know them, that's why I select them. Or suppose Father VC will tell me, suppose ma'am, just conduct a study or just take a sample of all the UG students in XUB campus. So there are different, there is a BSc sustainability student also, there is a BCom student also, there will be a BBM student also, there will be the BCom law student also, there will be a MassCom students also. So basically these are the different UG students, and what I'll do based on my convenience, based on my judgment, because I don't have any interaction with the BSc student, I don't have any interaction with the BCom student, I don't have any interaction with this mass communication student. So I just know this BBM, the 3 sections, A, B, C students I know. And so what I'll do, instead of asking or instead of selecting all the sample from all the groups, I'll select my sample from section A, section B, and section C. So that is that in this case, I'm using my judgment. I'm using based on my convenience, I will be selecting sample. So I am little bit biased also because I have interaction with you guys. So I'll select sample from your classroom. So that is basically the non-probability sample, and it's not the correct way of taking the sample, because if researcher is biased towards some respondent or towards some segment or towards some group of people, then in that case the research finding will be, means whatever research finding will get up, jo finding milega, you cannot trust on that finding. And that's why it is not advisable to use this non-probability sample every time. Is it clear what is non-probability sample, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, okay.
Okay. So these are the different classifications of non-probability sample. Just like probability is classified as simple random sample, stratified, cluster sampling, and the systematic sampling. And this non-probability sample is classified as convenience sampling, judgment, quota, and snowball. Now the question is, what is simple random sampling? And basically simple random sampling, the definition of simple random sampling is same as the definition of probability sampling. And how the researcher will perform this simple random sampling. So suppose I want to take some student from your classroom, and if I following this probability sample, so what I'll do, I'll make the chits of all the 60 student. एक chit बनाया, उसमें सभी 60 65 different chits बनाए with different roll number सबका, and then randomly I'll select 5 10 20 whatever number I require. 20 सैंपल चाहिए और सपोज 20 रिस्पोंडेंट का मुझे एक सैंपल चाहिए, देन आई टेक 50 चिट्स, सॉरी 20 चिट्स, एंड आई ओपन जिनका जिनका नाम होगा दैट स्टूडेंट विल बी इन माय सैंपल. दैट इज अ प्रोसीजर. बेसिकली आप उसको लॉटरी मेथड बोल सकते हो. तो दैट इज अ सिंपल रैंडम सैम्पलिंग मेथड बिकॉज आई एम नॉट बायस्ड. आई डोंट नो कि उस चिट में किसका नाम लिखा हुआ है. So that is a simple random sampling method. Second method that comes under this probability sample is the stratified sample. What is the meaning of this stratified? See, I have already discussed you that before performing any kind of research, the researcher should know what is the problem, research problem, and what will be my research objective. अगर आपको अपने research problem and research objective is not clear, so you cannot perform any kind of test. Usually what happened in my classroom, students बोलते हैं मैम मैंने data collect कर लिया, I have collected my data, I have my questionnaire, and at the same time when I ask them what is your research problem, what is your research objective, they are blank. And research problem, objective, no. You have to start from problem, objective, variables, then you will make the questionnaire, and then you will decide which sample, which sampling technique should I use, and what whether I collect primary data or secondary data. It's not like that. Firstly, you will make your questionnaire, then you will collect data or problem. When I ask you what is your problem, what is the objective of this research, and you are blank. So it's not like that. So in case of stratified sampling, researcher will know what is my research objective or what is my research problem. So based on the research objective, based on the research problem, researcher will classify the population into different groups. Suppose जैसे मैंने अभी बोला कि based on suppose I want to take some sample or I want to collect some data from all the UG students in the XUB. So basically this is the all the UG student. So I will have some research objective. So what I'll do, I will stratify. Firstly, I will classify the population into different subgroups or different strata. I'll divide the all the UG student in the BSc sustainability. This is BCom, this is BBM HR, this is BBM marketing, this is the mass communication students. So this is all the different groups or the different strata I'll make, and then randomly I'll select students from each group. Suppose I made 5 different groups for the UG student. So if I'm following this probability sample, then I'll select randomly, I'll choose this the elements from each group. That is known as the stratified sampling. Means firstly I'll make a strata based on the objective of my study and the based on the research problem. I'll firstly divide the population into different groups, and then I will use this simple random process in order to collect data from the sample, or in order to collect the or in order to select the respondents from each group. Is it clear what is the concept of stratified sampling?
Yes, ma'am.
Can anybody explain? Can anybody explain what is stratified sampling? Anyone? Class? What happened? Ananya?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you explain?
Ma'am, it's like a method of sampling from a population, like a survey type.
Anyone can try, not only Ananya.
May I?
Yes, please, Jeevanjyoti.
Ma'am, in this type of sampling, they divide the population into small groups,
Very
and
good.
then they try to do sampling on the basis
कुछ
of
नहीं, सिंपली इतना इसको डिफिकल्ट नहीं बनाना है. आप बुक पढ़ोगे वैसे ही आपको बहुत डिफिकल्ट लगेगा ये. बेसिकली इन स्ट्रेटिफाइड सैम्पलिंग, स्ट्रेटिफाइड, so what you will do, and it is a part of probability sample, तो दिमाग से इतना भी हटा दो कि there will not be any kind of biasness, there will not be any kind of researcher judgment, or there will not be any kind of this आपका researcher's convenience. So basically, based on the research objective, based on the research problem, the researcher will classify the population. Population means, जैसे मैंने बोला, all UG students. So all UG student is my population. Now I want to take a sample of size 30. Means I need 30 students from out of all UG students in XUB campus. So this is all UG student is my population. So before taking students from each, or before taking student from the UG lot, what I will do, I will firstly classify them, or I will firstly make the groups of, जो listing में बनाऊंगी, list बनाऊंगी कि these are the UG BSc student, these are the BCom, these are the BBM, these are the HR, these are the marketing. So these are the 5 or 6 different groups. Now ये groups बन गए मेरे पे. Firstly I'll classify them, firstly I'll stratify them, firstly I'll make different groups, firstly I'll make different strata. ये बन गया. Then I will use this simple random process in order to select few students from the each group. Simple random process में क्या करते हो आप, you will making the chits, and from each you will be making the chits, and you will select randomly, you will select 20, 30, whatever number you will require. You will be respondent चाहिए, you will select 20 chits, और जिनका जिनका नाम आया, that will be your sample. In the same way, same process you will do in stratified, but before applying this simple random sample, you will firstly classify the population into different groups. Now is it clear? Class?
Yes, miss.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The third that comes is the basically the cluster sampling. In cluster sampling, see, both are almost similar. This is stratified sampling is more or less same as cluster sampling. What is the difference? So in cluster sampling also, the researcher will classify the population into different cluster. यहाँ पे क्या बोल रहे थे, into different strata, because it's a cluster sampling. So we will say कि with the researcher will classify the population into small clusters or into small groups. Then in stratified, you are supposed to taking sample, or you are supposed to choose the respondent from each strata or from each group. But in case of cluster sampling, you will apply this simple random process to the clusters. Just like मैंने यहाँ पे clusters बना दिया based on the geographic regions, or suppose if I say I'll be using the cluster sampling and I make the 5 different clusters. This cluster 1, cluster 2, cluster 3, cluster 4, and cluster 5. Cluster 1 is basically BBM marketing. Cluster 2 is BBM HR. Cluster 3 is BCom. Cluster 4 is BCom accounting. Cluster 4 is BCom finance. And cluster 5 is, let's say, BSc sustainability. Okay, so these are the 5 different clusters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now what the researcher will do, researcher will, in chits, researcher will write, researcher will make 5 different chits. Chit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now the researcher will select either, means researcher have to select 2 chits out of 5. अब suppose मैंने 5 chit बनाया, and I'll ask someone to please take 2. तो आप suppose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 वाले में से 2 and 3 को select किया. Then all the elements in cluster 2 and all the elements in cluster 3, पूरे elements will be in your sample. You will not select any elements from group A, you will not select any element from group 4, you will not select any element from group 5. Means what I'm trying to explain, in see, both are same. In both, based on the research objective, based on the research problem, you will make the groups. But in stratified sampling, it is a condition that you have to take respondent, or you have to select your sample from each group. सब group में से थोड़ा थोड़ा लोगे. But in case of stratified, firstly you will make the groups, but you will apply the simple random process on all the groups. सभी groups पे you will make the, instead of making the chits of elements in each group, you will be making the chits of the clusters, different clusters का chit बनाओ, cluster 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 जितने भी clusters, and then researcher will choose 2 3 4 whatever 2 3 chits will researcher will pick, and in that chit suppose number 1 2 3 is coming, so all the elements in group 1, all the elements in group 2, and all the elements in group 3 will be in my sample. Is it clear, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Difference between stratified and the cluster sampling?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now the fourth type of sampling, fourth type of probability sampling is the systematic sampling. So let me explain this, like, erase this. One second. I don't know what happened. Okay, now the fourth type of sampling is basically the systematic sampling. So before understanding this, or before discussing about this stratified sampling, sorry, systematic sampling, you should know two things. There is three words, not words, three letters basically, N, small n, and I. Okay, this capital N is representing the population size. Okay, this आपका ये जो है small n is representing the sample size, and this I is representing the interval, or it is calculated as capital N upon small n. It is known as interval. Okay. Now, suppose your class strength is capital N is, let's say, I want to take some sample from your classroom. I want to select few respondents from your classroom, and suppose so your classroom will be acting as a population for me. What will be the population size? The class strength. Let's say it's the 65. I want to select 13 students from your classroom by applying this systematic sample. So n sample size, I want 13 students. So this small n will be 13. Now I will calculate I is equal to this 65 by 13. That is capital N by small n. And what would be the value? 5. Okay.
Yes.
So this I is equal to 5. Now, what will happen? Now, what you will do? Firstly, I have to select one student who is belonging to, or who will be in, means जिसका roll number 1 से 5 के बीच में होगा. Those who will be having the roll number between 1 to 5. That will be selected. That will be the first element. Just like roll number 1 to 5 के बीच में, you can choose any number. Let's say Ananya will say कि ma'am, I'll choose roll number 4. Okay, so first element is 4. Yeah, student having the roll number 4, he or she will be in my group. Now, who will be the second student? Then I will do, first element is, let's say, A. Then second element will be A plus I. Third element will be A plus 2I, and so on to A plus n minus 1 into I. Okay, so if I say first element is 4, then the student having roll number 4, who will be the second? A plus I. A is my 4 plus I is 5, so 9. So the second student that will be in my sample is the 9th. The student having the roll number 9 will be in my sample. The third student that would come, it would be 14. So accordingly, the first element is A, the second element hoga A plus I, third element will be A plus 2I, and so on, A plus n minus 1 into I. Okay, so you will be selecting in the same manner, and until and unless आपका जब तक sample size 13 student ना मिल जाए, you will be repeating the process again and again. Now it is clear what is systematic sampling. If you have any doubt, please discuss it. I'll explain it once more. If you have any doubt, then you have to
Ma'am,
ask
can
some
you,
questions.
yes.
No,
Ma'am,
systematic
can you
sampling.
explain the A plus one?
A plus.
Till 5 I understood, ma'am. So when we were telling it, you have to add one thing, then find the 13 one, that I didn't understand.
Acha. Okay. Firstly, you have to calculate I or interval, and that is, there is a formula. इसमें ज़्यादा कुछ दिमाग नहीं लगाना है. Simply, I know my population size, I know my sample size. Capital N is 65, small n जितना मुझे sample of respondent चाहिए, let's say it's a 13. So I is basically 5 is coming. Now what you will do, अब जब भी you will be collecting your data, or whenever you will be using this probability sample, every time you will assign some number to all the elements in the population. जितने भी elements है, you will assign them some number. So suppose assign, instead of assigning different number आपका classroom में जो roll number है, that will be your suppose मैंने वही number आपको assign किया, whatever the roll number you are having. Up now I said कि you have to choose one number. When I is equal to 5, suppose I is equal to in some case 3 आता, then in that case you have to choose any number between 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 में से कोई भी एक number choose करना है. Suppose I in some cases will be coming 10. So you have to choose one number. It's totally the randomly आपके दिमाग में जो number आएगा, you will choose that number. So suppose randomly in my mind, or suppose in Falak's mind, randomly it comes 5. Or let's say it's 4. Okay, so the element or the student, those having the number 4, roll number 4, he or she will be in my sample. But who will be the second student, or how will you select the second student? So this is a process. Like if I say ki A is my first element, then second element you will get A plus this interval. Third element will be A plus 2i, A plus 3i, and so on. So if I say my first element is 4, then second element kya bola maine? A plus I. This A is actually here, in this case A is 4. Now second element kya hoga aapka? A is 4, 4 plus 5, that is the roll number 9. Okay, who will be the third? So A means 4 plus 2i, that is 4 plus 2 cross 5. Okay, so who will be the
14.
third? So it will be
14.
14. Then in the same process you will be doing, और जब तक आपको 13 स्टूडेंट नहीं मिल जाएंगे, you will be continuing this process कि A plus 3i, A plus 4i, A plus 5i, and so on. Now is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So these are the different techniques. Every time you will see कि there is no any kind of biasness, there is no any kind of researcher's judgment, कुछ भी नहीं आ रहा है. Simply you are applying some technique, and then you are getting your sample. The second type of sampling that comes, which is known as non-probability sampling. In non-probability sampling, it is further classified as convenience sample, judgment sample, quota sample, and the snowball sample. So in convenience sample is all about, it is totally based on the convenience of the researcher. Means if researcher is, how easily the researcher is getting the respondent. Suppose I want to collect some study, I want to collect some data from the respondents who are roaming in the mall. Okay? So what I'll do, I'll go to the कोई भी Esplanade चली गई, and वहाँ पे जो भी मिला मुझे, जो easily available हो, मुझे देख के ऐसा लगा कि अच्छा कि that person can give data very easily, and I'll collect sample from that particular respondent. So that is convenience, means totally based on the researcher को जहाँ से आराम से data मिल जाए. Suppose I am teaching you guys, so if I want to take some data from UG student, so based on my convenience, because I can contact you directly, I will take you all as my sample. So that is convenience. I have no connection with the BSc sustainability student, so I will not contact them, because easily जब आपकी class से data I am getting, why I will be worried for the BSc sustainability. So more or less you can say I am biased. I am biased towards your classroom because I know, and very easily I can get everything. So there is no need to worry about the sustainability and the other student. So that is convenience sample. The easy in the very uh, quickly, how quickly the researcher will get the data. That is the convenience sample. Second that comes is the judgmental sample, or basically it is known as judgment sample. Based on the researcher's judgment. First मैंने बोला first in based on the researcher's convenience, but in the second is all about the researcher's judgment. Researcher will choose, or suppose researcher will observe the consumers, or researcher will observe the the respondents, and then after observing the researcher will identify कि अच्छा these are the factors, और ये consumer जो है he can be a good, like I will be using my judgment. So that is judgmental sampling. Totally it will be also, there will be a researcher biasness also. Maybe I will be more inclined towards this girl student. So I will be using my judgment कि girls जो होंगी अच्छे से काम करेंगे, I'll take that student in my sample. Or Rishikesh Bag is very innocent student, so I'll take him. Yeah, he will work properly, so I'll take him. Or all the class here, whether it's a Victor, whether it's a Partha, or whether it's a Rishikesh Bag, three are very innocent person and they will be in my sample. So I'm using my judgment, or you can say I'm little bit biased towards them, so I'll select them. So that would be my judgment. But in case of convenience, there is no judgment. It's totally kitna easily mujhe data mil raha hai, how easily I'm getting data. That is convenience. Judgment, if I'm using my judgment, and maybe judgment agar apply kiya, then maybe mujhe thoda difficulty hoga data collect mein, but it's okay. But I'm happy, but I'll be using my judgment. So is it clear what is the difference between convenience and what is the difference convenience and the judgmental sampling? Class?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The third that would be coming is the quota sample. Quota sample is more or less similar to the stratified sample. Quota sample is also known as two-step judgmental process or two-step judgmental sampling. Why it is a two-step judgmental sampling and how it is similar to the stratified sampling? In stratified sampling, I have discussed that there will be, you will be making different groups that would be based on the as per the objective of your research, or as per the problem you are having, or as per the research problem. But in case of quota sampling, you will be making different groups, you will be making different stratas, but that would be totally based on the researcher judgment. Researcher will identify that this is the research problem, so I should divide the population, or I should make the groups. इसको मैं मेल फीमेल में ग्रुप बना देता हूँ, और हाईएस्ट स्कोरर, मीडियम स्कोरर एंड द लो स्कोरर, और these are the high smoker, medium smoker and the low smoker. So based on the researcher judgment, researcher will make different quotas, researcher will make different groups, and then in the second step अभी groups बन गया. Stratified में भी you will be making groups, but the difference is वहाँ पे research objective, here the researcher's judgment. In stratified, from each group you will select sample that would be based on the simple random sample. But in case of quota sample, you will be collecting sample, you will be collecting respondents from each group, but it's totally based on the researcher's judgment or researcher's convenience. And that's why it is known as two-step judgmental sampling. Why two-step? Because in the first step, the researcher has used its judgment, and based on his judgment, the different quotas or different groups are formed. In the second step, again, the researcher is using his judgment, or researcher is using his convenience in order to collect data from, or in order to collect respondents, select respondent from each group or from each quota. And that's why it is known as quota sample or the judgmental sampling. So next time if somebody asks you what is the difference between stratified and quota sampling, or sometimes in exam also direct question, what do you understand by, or what is the basic difference between stratified and the quota? So first difference we will write it is a type of probability sample, it is a type of non-probability sample. It is also known as two-step judgmental sampling. Why? Because here the researcher is using its judgment at two different stages. In the first stage, at the time of making quotas or at the time of making groups, and in the second step, at the time of selecting students or selecting respondents from the different group. But in case of stratified sampling, you will be making different strata, you will be making different groups as per the research objective or as per the researcher research problem. And in the second step, groups ban gaya, then you will be using this simple random technique, or you will be using the different probability technique in order to select sample from each group. So that is the basic difference between the stratified sample and the quota sample. Now is it clear, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The fourth that is
Explain the difference again.
sorry.
Ma'am, the stratified and quota sample difference.
Okay. Stratified is clear. What do you understand by stratified? Is it clear, Vyut?
I understood like probability, I understood simple, clustered and systematic. I'm a bit confused with the stratified and the quota sample thing.
Okay, so you understood this is stratified sampling, is it now? You
No,
understood?
ma'am, I'm a bit confused in that.
No.
Stratified.
Okay, let me explain both. In stratified sampling and quota sampling, see, everything is more or less similar, but difference kahan pe aa raha hai? In probability sampling, you are using different techniques, but in case of non-probability sampling, जो भी करोगे, it will be totally based on the researcher judgment or researcher's convenience. ये एक चीज माइंड में रख लो कि नॉन प्रोबेबिलिटी है तो ऑब्वियसली रिसर्चर का जजमेंट आएगा ही, ऑब्वियसली रिसर्चर बायसनेस विल कम एंड रिसर्चर्स कन्वीनियंस विल कम. ये माइंड में आपको थोड़ा सा अपने रखना पड़ेगा. Now what I am saying ki it is a stratified sampling. In case of stratified sampling, you will be making different groups. आपका पूरा overall population है, and for that from that population you will be making different groups, and that groups will be based on the research objective. अब suppose if I say कि I want to conduct some study about the average package of students. Average package of students कहीं का भी उड़ीसा में कितना पैकेज जाता है फॉर ऑल द MBA स्टूडेंट्स. सो इन दैट केस आई विल स्ट्रेटिफाई. सो दिस इज द माय रिसर्च ऑब्जेक्टिव. So based on my research objective, I'll classify the students as male student and the female student. So this is two different strata or two different groups. So I make these groups not based on my judgment. I make these groups because this is my research objective in order to know who is earning more, whether it's a male or whether it's a female student. So this is my
So stratified is basically like grouping people, like creating different stratas and then sampling
stratified
them.
yes. Stratified means you will be making different groups of the population, and then you will be using this simple random process and select some respondent from each group. That is the stratified. But in case of quota sampling, it is also known as two-step judgmental sampling, because in quota sampling, the respondent will be making different quotas, respondent will be making different groups, and that group, the stratified we are making based on the research objective. But in case of quota, it is totally based on the researcher judgment. Researcher will identify कि how easily I can get data. अच्छा चलो इनको क्या करते हैं, मैं मेल फीमेल की बजाय I am teaching, suppose I am the researcher, so I'll be thinking, yeah, I'm teaching principles of marketing in section A, B, and C. So I'll make different quota. Like section A will be one quota, or section A will be one group, section B will be one group, section C will be one group. So this is different quota, and I make this quota, I make this group based on my judgment or based on my convenience. मुझे थोड़ा easy लगा, and that's why I make this. Then again, I'll be using my judgment or based on my convenience. I will select the sample from each section, or I will select some student from each section. So this is the basic difference. Here you are not using any kind of researcher judgment or the researcher convenience, but ये पूरा quota sampling, both are almost similar. दोनों में group बना रहे हो, दोनों में from each group से you are selecting student. But here you are using the probability techniques, and here you are not using. That is the basic difference. Now is it clear, Vyut?
Okay.
Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have
So
any
the
doubt, you
basic
can.
difference is just, ma'am, so the basic difference is just that in this quota sample, there's the judge's discretion, and in the stratified sample, we take in stratas, right?
Sorry. Just repeat your line. In this quota
Ma'am,
sample,
in the
what?
quota sample,
Yes.
ma'am, in the quota sample, it's the judge's,
Huh. Yeah.
the researcher's discretion.
Judgment. Yeah. Researcher's
But in
discretion. Yes.
okay,
And is
okay, thank you,
हाँ
ma'am.
and in
Okay,
stratified it's totally the research objective. ठीक है, रिसर्चर का उसमें कोई रोल नहीं होगा. बेस्ड ऑन द रिसर्च ऑब्जेक्टिव he or she is supposed to classify the or make the different groups. Okay.
okay,
Yeah.
thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Now the fourth is basically the snowball sample. Snowball sample, what do you understand by snowball sample? ऐसा क्या, स्नो का कुछ बॉल बना के and you will throw that ball, जिसको लगी that will be in my sample. Is it like this? What comes to your mind like snowball sample बोला तो? Basically, the snowball sampling is a kind of networking sampling, you can say. Just like if I say कि who is good in playing basketball. Suppose I get two names. मुझे ऋषिकेश बाग ने बोला कि मैम फलक and Aisha are the two basketball players in my classroom, in our class. So what I'll do, I will contact Falak and Aisha and I'll collect my data. मेरा जो भी questionnaire होगा, I'll ask them to fill. Now I'll ask Falak and Aisha कि please suggest 2-3 more names कि who can be a good basketball player. So what will happen? Falak will give me 2-3 contacts. Aisha will give me 2-3-5 more contacts. फिर further उनको मैंने अपना क्वेश्चन दिया and they will fill. I'll ask कि आप 2-4 जन को और बताओ. So in the same manner, I'll continue the same process until and unless I'll get my small n. Suppose मुझे 20 चाहिएगा. Initially I contact Aisha, Ananya and Falak and then डेटा कलेक्ट किया. नाउ आई रिक्वायर 17. 3 तो इनसे ले लिया. नाउ फर्दर मुझे 17 चाहिए. तो ऑब्वियसली ये 3 मिलके मुझे कुछ 8 सपोज 8 रिस्पोंडेंट का डिटेल देंगे. देन टोटल मेरे पास 11 डेटा हो गया एंड आई विल आस्क ऑल दिस 8 स्टूडेंट जो होंगे, आई विल आस्क कि और फर्दर कौन है बास्केटबॉल गुड प्लेयर. सो दे विल गिव मी सम कॉन्टैक्ट. ऐसे करते हुए जब तक मेरे पास 20 डेटा या 20 रिस्पोंडेंट नहीं हो जाएंगे, आई continue this process, and this is known as a snowball sample. Okay, is it clear? If you have any doubt, you can just ask class.